Hey guys, Mr. Zanakis here. So I wanted to show you how we can create different design versions of our parts in Onshape. So for the earbud case project, before you make changes um, to your design based on the measurements and analysis you did for the construct and test phase based on your 3D printed part, you want to actually save that first version. So you can always refer back to it if you need to in terms of what your original design was. So here I have a nose piece. So for my masks, I was playing around with trying to find a design that I could maybe 3D print this bridge nose piece and have it sewn into some of my masks so that it would stay tight um, to my face and not fog up glasses when I needed to wear glasses with a mask. And so this is going to be my first version, and I want to make some changes to it. But before I do, I'm going to actually save it. And I'm going to show you how you do that here. So you come up to the top. So I'm just in the part um, tab down here so that you're in your actual modeling space. So there's up here, you have some different options. Okay, so this is the overall document menu. This is where you'll manage the different versions and the history of those versions. But right now, we don't have anything. We're just going to actually create a version. So before you make changes to your part based on the testing that you've done, create a version and save your original design. So I'm going to click up here on create version. So this will be version 1. I'm going to say original nose piece um, with, let's say, 10 millimeter width. So whatever you want to put down here. Okay, so we're going to hit create. And now I'm still in my main. So when I go to my revisions and versions history, there's the main version and then version 1. Okay. I haven't really made any changes yet, and that's fine. So if I click show changes, ooh, well, these are all the changes, I guess, from what I had done originally before. Okay, that's not changes since I just saved it. It's from the original. Okay, so those are all the things that went into it. Okay, so I'm in my main right now. So I'm in my main part. And I'm going to go ahead and change this. So let's just see. I lost this fillet, extrude. There's this sketch. So I'm going to go to this extrusion here. I want to actually cut this down. So it was 10 millimeters. I want to now make it 5 millimeters. So I need to thin it up. What I found is that it's been a little too thick, and sometimes it slides down on my nose and starts to pinch. So I just want a smaller design option. So I'm going to green check it. For maybe for you, you had the alignment issue with your hinge. Maybe the part was too small. You and your partner decide you need to make it bigger. So maybe it was too large. You need to make it smaller. Whatever the changes are, they are what they are. Okay, so I've updated my part. It is now 5 millimeters wide instead of 10 millimeters. But if I go back into versions, managing, I can click on version 1 and look at and analyze the part and do something with it if I wanted to. If you forget to make a drawing, you didn't make a multi-view drawing, or you just wanted to know like what was the state of my original design and can I bring that back up without having to undo the changes that I made, I can save this. And of course, then I can go back in here and click on main again, and it'll bring me back to the current state of my design. Well, maybe I like this design and I want to create a snapshot in time in case I make changes in the future and I want to make another version. So from when you're in the main piece, this create versions will show if you're actually back in there. Let's go back to version 1. Notice that I no longer have the option to create. I can't create a new version from this version. This is only bringing me back to this version so I can see it, manipulate it, or analyze it. It's really a view only. I can't make changes to this. It's this snapshot in time that holds what that design was. But if I go back to the main and I want to make a version 2, which is the 5 millimeter version. In case I make other changes, I know that I have this second iteration of my design. So again, I'm going to make a version, make a new version, version 2. These drawings should be updated before creating a version. Okay, for drawing 1, that would be the actual drawing tab down there. because it's changing that. But that's not a problem. Don't worry about that for right now. We're just worried about the model space, not the actual drawing tab itself. Um, I'll say revised part, need 5 millimeter wide. All right, so I can put some comment and hit create. And now when I go into my versions, you can see I have version 1, version 2, okay? And I can toggle in between these and see what they were. And I also, let's see, show changes, okay? So all that I changed between version 1 and version 2 is I edited the extrusion. So that's pretty nice. It tells you from one version to the other what was changed. And so getting back to my main here, make further changes and make a different version, but I wanted to show you this. So the key for this video, for your takeaway, is learning to use and manage the revision history and make different versions of your part. So before you make changes, save your version as version 1, that's your original design, and then you can make changes moving forward.